Hello Pisces, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a general finance and career reading for Pisces for the 9th to the 23rd of July 2018. I've put the decks that I'm using down in the description box, and so please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's begin this reading. I'm cutting this deck. I have shuffled it before. This is the Angels of Abundance cards, and I'm just going to draw two from them. And the first one says, exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you can look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. And the second card is abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, think, feel, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and this is what you will experience. So I'll just put these two down, and I'm using the Bright Idea deck for the general reading. I have shuffled this deck too. I'm just going to cut the cards. Okay, so the general energy for the reading is the is controlling. It's the verdict. It says that you need to take responsibility for your actions and admit if you have done something that was not quite above board. You need to actually come forth and say that you have. People are beginning to find out if you've done anything, and the finger is being pointed at you. There might be like a defeat in the situation. If this is a court case, then you are reaching a point where some sort of decision is being made, and you need to make sure that you have everything in order and that you have presented your case very well. It might not be something that goes in your favor, but nevertheless, if you have been very honest about the whole situation, you will be victorious in it. So people are reviewing you and everything you've done, and some sort of decision is coming to light. So the present situation is that you are doing a lot of things to persuade people to see things from your point of view, and they are beginning to do that. You are trying to show them that this is a better way of doing things, and this will bring a lot of abundance and success if we do it this way. So people are beginning to bend down to your wishes, and they are beginning to see things from your point of view. You're working a lot as a team with somebody, so maybe that's why you're needing to persuade them. Maybe you're a team leader, and you are managing to get them to cooperate with you, and you are building up something, some sort of empire, some sort of project is being built by you. There are other kinds of similar kinds of things on the market, but the one that you're doing is obviously bigger, better. It's got more bells and whistles in the project. It's something that will generate a lot of abundance for you and your friends, and everybody is working hard on your team to ensure that everything comes out exactly like you want. This is the beginning of this project, and there should be great success. There are no obstacles in your way, so full steam ahead, I would say. In the past year, you've been using a lot of your innate abilities, your aptitude for doing something. So whatever you're doing, whatever job you're doing, is something you're very gifted at, and you've been working pretty hard. It comes very naturally to you, but it's something that you've been focusing on, and you're very, very good at it. It's producing a lot of positive results as well. There is a bit of conflict within the work situation, maybe amongst you and your colleagues. Maybe you all don't see eye to eye. It seems to be pointing to one particular person that you're having a bit of an obstacle with. This person you're at loggerheads with them, so you and this person seem to have different ideas about how things ought to be done. The rest of the group are just sort of sitting back and watching to see what happens. The two of you have some sort of issue with each other. You'll need to have maybe somebody step in to resolve that kind of conflict. It's mostly on the argumentative stage rather than anything very, very serious. You have your ideas and ways of doing things, and they have their idea and way of doing things, and you're not seeing eye to eye about things. So you're thinking about getting, you're really focused on your work, on your projects, and you're putting a lot of effort into it. You're attending to the really finer details of the project and making sure that everything is really up to standard, up to par. You sort of excluded all kinds of going out, socializing, that kind of thing, so that you can focus on this. So a lot of your attention and effort is on your project that you're working on. And you're coming to a point where you're going to have to make some sort of decision. You need to look at everything, weigh the pros and cons of it, see what will bring benefits and what will cause loss. And look at it very carefully, evaluate it, plan, and before you make your decision, weigh it up properly. See what could go wrong if you went down this path and what could go right if you go down this path. So make sure that you're thinking very clearly and very carefully before you make that decision. In yourself, you've been you've been doing a lot of studying, a lot of use of your intuition, learning new things, seeking out knowledge regarding regarding this work. And so you're doing a lot of you're spending a lot of time by yourself, but doing a lot of research and acquiring a lot of knowledge by that. You're also using your intuition quite a bit. So you're following your hunches and your instincts, and that is how you're proceeding with this. Around you, people see you as maybe a person who confronts the situation head on. It could end up being that it causes a lot of disharmony amongst people around you because you are a bit confrontational. So try to pick your battles carefully and not get into situations where conflict is evoked. So make sure that you're calm about the whole thing. If there is conflict that comes up, you might need a mediator to calm the situation down. So go to somebody who is much more experienced than you, or who has a better people management skills than maybe you do, and ask them for some help and assistance, maybe to smooth over the situation. Your hopes and fears, you're very worried that you may have put in a lot of work into a situation, into this job, and it's not going to have any payoffs. You might be upset that you're not getting any more satisfaction from this job. You're scared that it's coming to an end of its cycle and that there will be no more nowhere for you to go, no promotions, nothing that excites you anymore. So you're worried that that's the situation, that it might become very stale. So the final outcome is preservation and teamwork and collaboration. So this is the Four of Pentacles, which says that you are saving money. You are thinking about something, thinking about money very, very seriously. You are watching how you do things. You're very conservative in your job, and you want that stability and security of that position that you are in, and you're putting a lot of effort to make sure that you are stable and secure. And you're working with your team. This is the Four of Rods. You are working with a team, and they are working very well. It is moving very smoothly, like clockwork. Maybe you're in charge of this team. Maybe people are slacking a little bit here and there, but all in all, things are going quite smoothly, or will go quite smoothly. If you're worried, you will need to collaborate with people, ask them what their opinions are and how they feel about things, take all their opinions into consideration, and then make decisions about things. So you need to speak to people, collaborate with people, and with this team, you need to speak to your team members and ask them what they think about the situation or what they think. You need to take other people's ideas into consideration before making any kind of changes or even as you work on a daily basis, you need to ask people how they think about things. And maybe then this feeling of conflict won't be there. So you don't feel like you are the only one in charge or the only one doing all the work. All this conflict that comes up with it, these two confrontation and conflict cards, will not be there if you collaborate. Just ask them what they think about it. Everybody has got an opinion and everybody's got a new idea. So that might be the way to go before you can make any kind of progress. So I'm going to just draw 3 cards from the Fairy Tarot. This one. I'll just cut this deck and draw 2 more from it. So the first card that fell was the Prince of Summer, which says need to stay grounded during any emotional experience. So don't let your emotions get away with you, especially in situations of conflict. Try not to get overwhelmed and try not to get very, very angry about things. And the second card is the Prince of Autumn, which says cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, and kindness to others. So you do need to look at all the little details, the nitty-gritties of situations. And like I said, with this card, you need to make sure that you consider all the options before you do anything. This is the Two of Swords usually, so consider all the options in your mind. Look at it properly before you make any kind of decision. So meticulous attention to detail. And the third card would be the Seven of Autumn, which says have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time and money. So you need to just have a little bit of patience. Just wait a little bit. And I suppose that is also being reflected in this card, the Four of Pentacles, where you're just sitting and waiting for things to happen, and they should come out the way you want to. So you have to be very planned out. Make sure that you are relaxed and not anxious, and make sure you're thinking very clearly about how you invest your time and money. And that goes very well with this preservation card. Four of Pentacles says, you do have to think very wisely before you invest any time and money into any kind of project. And then you will have payoff. So try and control your emotions. Try not to get too overwhelmed when people irritate you or upset you in a situation. And think clearly before you make a decision. You might need to collaborate with people. Ask them what their opinions are before you make it. I mean, you don't have to take their opinions, but at least you would have asked them, and it gives you new ideas. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.